Hello, my name's Julie Blyfield, and this is my current exhibition entitled Embrace, which is on at Stanley Street Gallery in Darlinghurst in Sydney. This exhibition started out with a trip to the Kimberley in May 2018, when my partner Chris Nobbs and I travelled up to the beautiful region in the northeast of Western Australia. And it's a very ancient landscape, and it was incredible to travel not only across the land but also to fly over to the Bungle Bungle area. And so I wanted to create a micro landscape based on that experience of travelling up there. I enjoy using metal, and I decided because the landscape was made up of a copper colour, I was going to interpret the landscape using copper. So I hammered up the sheets from flat, a very time-consuming process to create three-dimensional dome forms. And the brooches that I've made, a series of plant brooches, were actually inspired by collections of plants that I collected when I was visiting the Kimberley area. And then I looked at other little details in the landscape, looking at the rock formations and sticks and things that you might find when you're walking along a track, and I decided to use those for inspiration. These ones were inspired by the K-pop flowers. They were such large, bright yellow flowers, so I just imagined them from the start of making some brooches. The hand-hammered forms reflect the way the water eroded through the landscape during the wet season. So I wanted to make those as components that sort of moved in quite a soft and gentle way. The domed up forms are made by a process using metal raising, where you start with a flat sheet which you anneal, which is a process of heating metal up until it becomes soft, and then you hammer in a circular motion until it gradually comes up to a dome shape. So, for example, to make a dome like this, it might take 1.5 days of hammering and annealing and hammering and annealing. When I make a lot of my work, I use the process called chasing and surface engraving. So, for example, with this brooch here, I've hammered the work with small steel tools from the back, but I've also used a fine line engraving tool from the front, so it creates like a pillow effect. And I've done the same with these brooches here, where I was looking at the rock formations. Again, working from the front first of all with the line tool, and then working from the back to push the metal up from the back. And then the edges are folded down to create a box form. These ones are coloured through a process of heat colouring, where you heat the copper up to a bright red and then plunge it into warm water. The blackened ones are a chemical process called potassium sulphide, which blackens the copper to a lovely steel black colour. And then I use an archival wax to seal them, and that gives the pieces a nice sheen and also protects them from wearing.